go ahead and get this show started, I guess. So like I said, welcome. We are back again as promised, like live and on time. Everybody's ready to go. Again, we're coming at you with these raw conversations about world thoughts. I done lost my train of thought already. But anyway, we coming at y'all live tonight.
That's world issues, life
world
and love.
Issues, life and love, relationships.
Melissa, I saw you out there. Oh, my bad. My bad. Yo, keep going.
So
it
anyway,
seems like tonight gonna be real political. I'm just gonna say that. I think all topics are gonna tie back to some political stuff. And so, excuse us for being a little bit political tonight.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, Chairman.
Y'all know I'd really try to steer away from politics, but yeah, it look like it's gonna be a little political tonight. So let's go on and jump right into it. So the first topic is PPP loan. We just see that the Biden administration has extended the statute of limitations in which the government can now investigate and prosecute anybody who has fraudulently obtained the PP, and that's the what is it called? Paycheck Protection Act. Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. First, you gotta explain to everybody what it is. What is that for those who don't know?
Straight up, I just learned today, so.
And that's very sad, but we're gonna get Jeeves up to speed. So the Paycheck Protection Program, it was established during COVID at the beginning of the pandemic for small businesses to be, if you ran into problems either being able to pay your employees because of the pandemic, and it was a couple of other stipulations, you could apply for this loan or grant from it's a loan, because grants you don't have to pay back. It's a loan that you could apply for through the government, and they would grant you this money to cover those expenses for your so what has happened is, of course, during the pandemic, a lot of people created these fraudulent businesses, applied for the loans, got the loans, and now the government is coming back to those people and investigating, because they're like, where's this business, where's this LLC that we gave millions and millions of dollars to? So basically, that is the issue. So the statute of limitations, when it first came out, when they start really realizing that people was being fraudulent with it, was only 2 years. But again, like I said, just the other day, the Biden administration passed not one, but 2 bills, which now extends that statute of limitations to 10 years. So now, giving my thoughts on it. So now, basically, the people who went and got these loans, and let's just talk about it. So, of course, we saw a lot of rappers went and got these loans and got caught getting those loans fraudulently. We saw a lot of people basically that we knew. You was hearing people going and getting these loans, getting anywhere from thousands of dollars to millions of dollars fraudulently. And then you would see like people was telling how easy it was to get the loans, whereas the small business who was really truly needing the loans and who it was really intended for, when they was applying for these loans, they was getting denied. They was applying 3, 4, 5, 6 times and get denied each time. But again, these people who didn't have a business was getting these loans right off the rip. So that makes you kind of wonder, was it a trap? Because you got to just look at the scenario around it. We got it takes the Democrats and the Republicans to pass these bills, correct? And we know that they really can't agree on anything. But it said it had bipartisan support out the wazoo to pass this, to extend the statute of limitations to 10 years. And then you're looking at a lot of these small businesses who was applying for these loans repeatedly ended up going out of business. Why would they continue to get denied? And these people who didn't even have a business, no legit business, no tax records, no anything, getting the loans just like that and getting large sums of money. So the question comes up is, do you feel sorry for these people? Because, if they get prosecuted, they might go to jail. We don't, I think the people who has been proved, I think it's been, I know like at least 3 people, and they've gotten jail time.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm understanding this right now. these people that are getting the jail time, we're talking about went and had fraudulent companies.
So basically what they did is they created a business, right, and got
free
the
money
loans
during the pandemic when everybody was going through it and everybody was having these hard times. They faking businesses and getting all this money, and the ones that are really struggling can't even get the loan. And the question is, do we feel sorry for them if they get more time? No. I mean, I don't want to say that they should have this long period of punishment, but I think there should be some type of punishment. I mean, because that's just wrong. I mean, that's just morally wrong and just lawfully wrong. So, do you disagree? You think that was? I mean, that was fair to them? Like that was? I don't know if I feel like it was a trap because you didn't have to apply for the loan.
You didn't have to apply for it, but they put it out.
So
I feel a lot of ways about it. If you really want to know, I feel a lot of ways about it. Because first off, I feel like who even came up with that PPP thing anyway? Who came up with it?
I'm assuming it was to help save the businesses that were,
It was a Trump administration thing, right? It was a Trump administration thing. And to me, Trump plays, now this is just my opinion. I can't speak for nobody. This is just me. To me, Trump plays dirty anyway. You know what I mean? To me, this is a man who doesn't pay taxes when, shit, I pay hella taxes. I pay hella taxes every year.
Yeah,
it hasn't been a year I can remember where I actually got a refund from taxes. I pay the hell out of taxes. You know what I mean? And I don't make no money. For me, I feel like I don't make no money to be paying the amount of taxes that I pay. And then you have a billionaire, millionaire whose family has always had money. You know, they're not paying taxes. They don't have to pay on taxes. I don't get that. And then we also talking about the same man who told these folks to go up to the damn Capitol and storm the Capitol, and they ran up there. To me, the man is a terrorist, and to me, yes, it was a setup he put. Let me tell you something. People were already poor. The average U.S. household is under 50K, and in 2022, you cannot feed a family of 4 or 5 on $50,000. You just can't. Hell, I can barely feed myself, and I make over $50,000. You know, and so I feel like it was a trap. And then I also feel like we was in the middle of a pandemic, right? You told everybody stop working, go home, work shut down, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people was out of work. Some people was already out of work anyway. You know, you got those people who don't work and get $10,000 back at the end of the year every year, and then an additional 3, 4, 5 for every child they got at the end of the year. And they ain't worked all damn year, but here it is, I work all year and I don't get no money back. You know what I mean? So then I also feel like that's, well, at the end of the day, the bottom line, I feel like that shit is like Monopoly. Bank error in your favor. If you got it, you got it. If you missed it, you missed out. And I feel like to sit there and say that you're finna go back and get these poor people who already didn't have shit, and then the government misappropriated funds and gave funds out without doing the proper paperwork, the proper background, having people really go through the steps to get the money. They gave that money out. Shame on them. They knew better. They knew exactly what they was doing by flooding the streets with that money because they wanted us to go out there and spend it. They wanted people to go out there and put their money back in the economy, and that's exactly what they did. Because at that time, the economy was flourishing. Everybody was buying new shit. I bet. Even the rappers was going out here and getting these loans. These are already millionaires, and they going out here getting millions of dollars off of PPP, and they buy everybody Bugattis. You know what I mean? So to me, it was just the money did exactly what they wanted the money to do. They gave the money to folks misappropriately, and the folks spent the money, put the money back in the economy. And now to say that you finna sit there and waste all this money on the next 10 years trying to find and prosecute all these people who ain't had no money in the beginning. If they had some money, they would have got a PPP loan.
You just said
most of them, the majority of them didn't have
money.
Now the rappers
got these loans
the rappers,
so all
like
of
that. Yeah,
not
shame
all
on
of them
you.
were
People who
poor little people.
People who already had the money and didn't need the money, yeah, shame on you for doing it.
Right.
Shame on everybody. Nobody should have did it. Nobody
about
should
those
have
people
done
who
it.
already had money and took advantage of that?
Nobody should have
So
did
you thinking
it,
you're supposed to
you
go,
know. But the
shame on
government
the
should have
government.
been
Ha,
more
ha, ha.
careful
They should
about
get
putting
away
the
with
money
that?
out there. I blame no
Well,
government.
I don't know.
well,
I get your point. I do. I get your point about them wanting to put the money. I get all that.
And
But
they
at the
did
same
exactly
time,
that.
I mean, you still didn't have to take this loan out. If you took the loan
Now
out,
me talking about where that
you
money
do
at.
the
Now
risk
that money
if
gone. It got
you
put back into the economy. It gone.
fraud is fraud.
So now you finna come in
So
and
if you
prosecute
took
all
the
these
loan,
people.
if you took the loan out and you know you were committing fraud, you know you were taking the chance of having a punishment of committing fraud if you got caught.
I live in Atlanta. I take a chance every day I go outside.
Which we all do
So-
these days.
yeah. So I do agree that they wanted to put the money out there, but I don't think the purpose of the money was to flood the poor people with, or anybody with the money. I think the original purpose of those PP loans were to save small businesses. So basically, it was to give some kind of stimulus to these small businesses at a time where they knew they couldn't pay their workers and things like that. So that's the purpose of the loan. Now, it did become something else when, like you said, people found out, hey, it's easy for me to apply for this, get it, and I'm going to do it. But at the same time, the way I look at it is as this. Okay, good. It was a trap, right? And I get it. Okay, maybe you didn't see it right off, but there was a lot of people saying, hey, y'all, stop doing this because it's going to catch up to you. But everybody kept doing it because it was so easy. It was so easy.
Now, if you
to
got
get
4, 5 of them, yeah, shame on you. If you got 2 of them, shame on you. You know what I mean?
So
like if you got 1, really shame on you. Now, I'm all about upholding the law. Trust me, I'm all about upholding the law, most definitely. You know what I mean?
I think they made it easier for
And so-
they made it so easy. Go ahead.
right. So what I was
So-
gonna say, I ain't gonna say that I judge anybody who went and took advantage of it. If you took advantage of it, you took advantage of it. But
You
at
took
the
that
same
chance.
time, right? You took that chance, but now you got to be man enough and stand up and say, "Hey, I took that chance. I got caught, so I'm gonna do my time." You can't be mad about it. You can't say, "Oh, this."
But what about those who
You just got to take the responsibility for it. Like
what
you
about
said,
those who
Jason,
you know damn
walk
well
out the
can't pay
house-
that money back? If you
What?
know,
But-
what about
but that's-
those you know damn well can't pay that money back?
That's their fault. Because
They took
again,
that chance.
you took
They
that chance.
took
So
that
you got to
chance.
say, you know what? I'm gonna take this money. I'm gonna go ball out on this money. I can't pay it back. So when if it's come time
Listen.
for me for the day of reckoning, then I just gotta take the consequences. Now
When
that
the-
person, I'm cool with. I got empathy. You know what? I'm riding with you because you know what? You took the consequences for the actions you took. Now the people who want to be
I like a
oh
booster and a
man,
scammer anyway.
So
So
just like a drug dealer, when a drug dealer go pick up that package, they taking that chance. They know they want to make that money, but they taking that chance. They knowing if they do this and get caught, they know what the repercussions are.
right?
everybody saw Trump do that. Everybody saw Trump do that.
Trump
Just
did a
like he
lot
gave
of
out them stimuluses like that. You know, Trump was like, let me get this money out here because I
He
can
was
get
just trying to be-
reelected.
he was
If the
just trying to
people
be
like
nice
me,
and
if the
make
people
people-
love me, I can get reelected. So Trump flooded the streets with money. He just did that. That's why a lot of folks like Trump at the end of the day, because Trump ended up being a people person. Like, yeah, he got
Right.
your nerve with how abrupt he is and how rude and arrogant he is. But at the end of the day, he did some stuff for the people, and the best thing he can do for the people is put money in their pocket, and he did.
And he
Yeah,
did.
but he know. I mean, that's what he does. I mean, he's a businessman. He's a millionaire. He likes money. He thinks money. Anything can buy money. Money can buy anything.
He don't know
He's
nothing
hoping
but
to
money.
go
That
to
man
people.
came from money. He don't know nothing but money.
He came from money, lost money, and
Long
got
money.
money back, and then he is
Right.
still in debt. But hey,
Mhm.
that ain't neither here nor there for me. That ain't my business. I'm gonna go on and say, call me exclusive made a good point, and we're gonna wrap this subject on up off of her point. The people that took the money fraudulently are opportunists. I wouldn't personally do it. The small companies that needed it weren't eligible, and many businesses closed. So everybody who got that money fraudulently, I feel like they should make them do something for those businesses that closed, because you took away families' income and everything. The people they employed, you took food off their table. So I think that should be a part of their punishment.
Yo. This is Jason, better known as the J Man, up in this thing. And I think my subject is gonna get political. I felt like a news reporter trying to get information on this topic. You know, I want to talk about Brittany. You know, y'all know who I'm talking about, Brittany Griner. the basketball player who is now serving 9.5 years over in Russia for, they said she was trafficking, smuggling marijuana into the country, you know, or I guess in the country, because it wasn't out, it was in. They got it going in, but anyway. So
well, she got caught going in.
You know, just real quick though, to give a quick timeline, so you can kind of put it into perspective on what's going on in the world right now. On February the 24th, right, is when Russia invaded Ukraine and this war began. You know, that was on February the 24th. Now, Brittany was detained on, let's say, February 17th, right before the war started. You know, so they held her 6 months before she even went to a trial or anything like that. You know, so you got to think they got this big. She's not inconspicuous. You know what I mean? We got this big 6'9" female. You know, 31 years old, black, over in Russia. And I don't know why this is in the news, but they say she wear a size 17 shoe. I don't see what that matter. I want to know if it's a men's or a woman's shoe. I'm just curious.
This is she's a big girl.
But anyway, so you got this 6'7" black.
Yeah, she's 6'7"
female that's a member of the LGBTQIA community, and she is over in Russia. Now, you know, the Russian president has already taken a stance on LGBTQIA, right?
You saying every letter but the right ones.
That is it. I did say all of them. I did know.
LMNOP. I don't know which.
I think he said all
Be
of them.
quiet.
He might
In
not
the right
said
order?
the right order, but he said them. I mean, there's a lot of them. It's like saying ABC. ABC,
They keep adding to it. They keep adding to it. I'm doing the best I can.
But
So
go
anyway,
ahead.
So they got her over here locked up, right, on this little cannabis charge. Now, this all happened in the short news because she is an Olympic gold medal winner. You know, she's won a couple of gold Olympics. She's won 7 All-Stars. You know, this is a heavy decorated, you know, WNBA star. And so she's high profile. So they have her over here detained right in the height of the war. So the question is, you know, is she being used as a political pawn, as a war pawn, you know? Now, to give a little bit more on that, now don't forget about this guy. What's his name? The spy dude that got locked up a couple of years ago, that they was talking about, that that Russia was holding him. Paul Whelan, the U.S. Marine. Y'all don't remember the story about the U.S. Marine a couple of years back? It was a big thing. CNN. Russia had him. They was calling him a spy, and they wouldn't let him go. And the U.S. was trying to get him.
I recall something like that, but I don't remember the details.
Vaguely, right? So this is the deal. So right now, the Biden is trying to set a deal up to where he is saying that he will let go of, Biden will give him a couple of Russian prisoners that are here in the U.S. for the release of Brittany and this guy Whelan, right? Now, I don't know about the Whelan thing, you know what I mean? Because Whelan, let me tell you his background. This dude here is a U.S. Marine, right? He's an ex-U.S. Marine. He was arrested in Moscow. They gave him 16 years, right, on charges of being a spy. Now, this man is Canadian-born and a former U.S. Marine and a U.S. Briton and an Irish, and also has Irish citizenship. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that don't sound like a spy to me.
But you don't know. I mean,
I don't know, but when I read all that,
I have your usual background.
This man might be a spy for real. I don't know. So I can't, you know, I don't want to get into that because I don't know. But out of all that right there, he just might be. He got too many citizenships for me. But anyway, we gonna get back to Brittany. I want Brittany to come home. Now, do y'all feel like that sentence of 9.5 years is too much for Brittany?
Well, of course, because look at the amount. So basically, she had a pen, a vape pen with, so it was the weed oil. So it wasn't even like marijuana, it was the weed oil.
Yeah,
So
Right.
so
that's
she had a
what she
couple
had, right?
cartridges. Yeah.
So again, like you said, laying out your timeline, because you got to remember, like you said, they told all those basketball players who play overseas and stuff over there in Russia, they told them to come out of the country, right? They was like, the war is gonna start, come off from over there. She wasn't even over there, you know what I'm saying, at that time, but she went back even after that warning. All right, like you
So
said,
look,
she's
that
high
right there,
profile, right? So
that
she
right there,
went
her
back,
going back raises
right?
the big question that everybody wanted to know. Why the hell is she going over there?
Why did
And
she
it was
go
already
right?
tensions in the air, right?
Why did she go back? But like you said, looking at the timeline, for them, they was like, yes, she came back. Because you got to remember, Russia told the U.S. do not get involved in this war with the Ukraine. So you got to look at that. We got people that we want to free from over there in the U.S. Also, we're going to use this to say, you know what? We're going to capture her, put her in jail. Don't, if y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all get involved in this war, we got one of your people over here. So it kind of like for them, yeah, they used her straight as a pawn. They was like, hey, we got somebody high profile. She was the one who didn't heed the warning and went back over there. They caught her on something that was small and minute. And now, of course, that sentencing, like you said, it's totally overblown, but that's what they're doing to get what they want.
I also looked it up to see what the average, what the average sentence is for like some marijuana or something over there, or, to get in trouble over there with something like that. And the average sentence over there for somebody is like 5 years in prison, not 9.5, 5 years in prison. And even on that, most people only do about a year or two, and then I think you said like 30% of people are released on parole or probation or whatever, But they're still saying that the 9.5 years was a little bit excessive.
I mean, it ain't a little bit excessive. I think it's a whole lot of excessive. I mean, but at the same time, you do have to, when traveling, you do have to know the laws of the country that you're traveling to, so that you're aware of what you're walking into.
At first, I was like, she shouldn't even took her ass over there anyway. Like, why the hell are you going back over there? But then I looked it up, and they said the reason why she was going over there, though, she really was going over there to work. You know what I mean? Because they said that the average female basketball player here salary number like $130K. At the top of the top WNBA players only making like $500,000. I mean, not $500,000 a year. $500,000 a year. And even though our male superstars make millions and billions of dollars a year, but that's how the WNBA is. And so females can go over there and get contracts and make $1 million over there, make good money over there.
Yeah.
So, that's why she was going over there for work. I thought she was just going over there to vacation at first. So I was like, oh, shame on you, but, especially trying to take some weed to go vacation in Russia and we getting ready to go to war. But then when I read into it and they was like, oh, she's going over there to work, and stuff like that, then I was like, oh, okay, I understand it a little bit better now. You know what I mean? But yeah, I still
don't understand, because again, like you said, I'm quite sure, well, hopefully, she had a nice contract. So yeah, she had a nice contract. So I get, you know what I'm saying, that's her job, that's her profession, but I'm quite sure she should have had enough money that she could, or she, at that point in time, I don't care if I'm working or not. If I'm in a country that's getting ready to go to war, I'm coming back home. I'm gonna have to quit that job.
So look, my next question was, why is the basketball team not standing behind her that she was going over there to play for? Why are they not rallying for her, trying to help her with this, right?
Well, what can they do? How much can
they do? But it's the job she was going for. I feel like I haven't heard them take a stance on this at all during this whole trial.
But you got to remember, they live over there.
And this is what I also found out.
They live
the owner of that team, which I ain't gonna try and say his name because I'm gonna murder it. If y'all want to know it, look it up. But the owner of that team is also affiliated with the president. So like they're buddies and they're business partners. So of course that's why the team didn't stand up and stand behind her. Because I was wondering, like, if I'm coming over here to work and you see me getting held up in the airport, you better turn around and try and come and help me. That's how I feel about it. But I understood now why the team went behind her like that, because they was like, oh yeah, the president and that dude there is in cahoots with each other. They roll with each other. So I'm like, oh, okay. So for those of y'all who didn't know anything about the Brittany Griner situation, that's what's going on. That's what it is. I didn't know enough information on it to really, I wanted to dig into it a little bit because I was unfamiliar a little bit.
But I'm
But
glad
yeah,
you
that's
brought
what's
it to
going on
light.
with that. Showing a little political light, on some situation that's going on with this 31-year-old basketball player that if she don't hear him get up out of rush. Oh, and they was like, their jails don't accommodate her because they don't have no 6'9" females living over there that they accommodate the prisons for.
So
So
it's
they
probably
like her
short.
prison
Oh my
conditions
God, she'll be
are
uncomfortable.
bad.
That is sad.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so that's a lot. It's a lot of stuff into it. I read into it today though, and I was like, oh, it's really kind of
And
deep.
I
I
want to
feel
give
like
a shout out to those young, well, I don't know what to call, but for those people who did that tribute to Brittany, I want to give a shout. I know people are kind of going in, but hey,
the
at least
ladies.
y'all did. I think the ladies, dudes, I don't know what to call them, but I just want to give a shout out to them because I
Yeah,
mean,
no, for real though,
it
it
might have been
was
a little
nice.
offbeat,
It was
it might have
good.
been a little behind, but at least they did something. They bringing awareness to it, even though it might be
I
you
didn't know if it
talking
was meant
about
to
it,
be
but at least
funny or serious, but yes, I did
I
see
don't.
it and I
Yeah, I
respect
think
it.
it's meant to be serious. I think it was meant to be serious. I
Okay.
think people made a joke out of it, or but at least it's bringing awareness to it, good or bad. So I'm
And
gonna
I
give a
did
shout
see
out
like
to that.
some of her teammates and stuff. A lot of her teammates and stuff supporting her. I know her wife is very concerned about her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, I didn't know she had a wife.
Yeah, this is okay. Now I'm gonna give some extra information because, of course, I was reading up on her, so I saw a lot of stuff. So yes, this is her second wife. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's our time on that. D, take it away.
All right. So I just thought I wanted to bring the light. I wanted to talk about the New York pastor. His name is Lamar Miller Whitehead, who was robbed at gunpoint on the pulpit on live.
Wait. On the pulpit.
On the pulpit. Y'all know what I meant. Pulpit, whatever. He was up there.
You must have just got finished watching P Valley.
That boy go to church every Sunday. That boy go to church every Sunday.
Pastor was on the pulpit. You had a stripper pole in church. Stripper pole in church? No.
If it's $100K in there, it might be a pole in there.
On the pulpit.
All
You
right,
say pulpit, I say pulpit, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, he was preaching on he was preaching and he was on live, and 3 gunmen came in masked and robbed him and his wife. They particularly
lay it down.
They said they took 100 million, 1 million, excuse me, not 100 million, 1 million worth of jewelry off of him and his wife, including like a Rolex, some necklaces. They said he said that the guy tapped his neck, so they was definitely coming just for him because they felt on his neck to see if he had any more necklaces on under his robe. So they knew he had jewelry on. But let me give you a little bit more history on him. They say he drove a $400,000 Rolls Royce. Right?
$400,000.
$400,000, huh?
Nothing.
What you say?
For the year 299.
Go ahead with your.
Keep going, man. Keep going. You got this.
$400,000 was a Rolls Royce, and they took his bishop ring, his wedding band, and then they actually robbed his wife and said she was actually holding that 8-month-old baby, and they had the gun to her face at gunpoint. But yeah, it made me wonder, like, one, who busts up in a church at gunpoint? The one that's disrespectful. I mean, the attitude you have, the type of person you have to be to bust up in a church where worship is going on, to and disrespect someone's sanctuary. their personal space is a horrible thing. But then on top of that, I had to think, what type of preacher preaches on the pulpit with 100 million worth of jewelry on him between him and his wife? Like, what is that showing? And then on top of that, it says that he's an ex-con. He served 5 years for ID theft and grand larceny.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
He just they say allegedly there's a case against him alleging that he conned one of his congregation members out of a $90,000 life insurance policy. And on top of that, and they even gave her name, but I ain't gonna say her name. But on top of that, a company just won a lawsuit against him for $335,000 in 2021 for it didn't say why, but it was some type of development company, and that was in May. So I'm like, this man is leading a congregation, and he's getting up in front of them with all this money, flashy, and I don't understand what does that represent. Now, I don't know if he has a side job or what he do besides preaching and pastoring, but how much of a job can you do? What are you doing that you have a 400,000 Rolls Royce when $100 million worth
Jeeves, you just said it. He doing fraud. He doing fraud.
I mean,
but I'm gonna be real with you, Jeeves. Before you even, because I didn't know all of that backstory. I just saw the video or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know all that either.
Yeah, I didn't know about all that. But when I looked at the video, to me, like I said, for some reason, I feel like this is staged, whatever. When I saw the video, because it's like, it was just, I don't know. It was like the way he reacted to them coming in. He wasn't scared or anything like that. You know, it just looked like he knew that they was coming.
Well, what he said
I feel like now, what you gave them little interesting facts is, he playing that so he can pay off this other fraud, this other insurance fraud he did. Now he see, because you remember with all that jewelry, you put that insurance on it, right? If somebody steal it, you make that claim on that.
I mean, you make a good point.
Now you said he been in jail for 5 years. What was he in jail for? Refresh my memory. Why did he go to jail for 5 years?
And don't forget, if he got robbed inside the church insurance has to cover all his stuff anyway. You know what I mean? Because you got robbed on the church property.
Bothers me though. Like,
you can sue. You go after their insurance. So if he was paying that insurance and had a healthy insurance package on that clip, you are absolutely right. He can go and sue. He can go and make a claim and claim that money with that insurance company and get that money back guaranteed.
Now just talking to y'all, it does bring up back because it did say that, you know, as soon as they came in, he saw them. And he immediately started getting on the ground and said, okay, you know, and started taking his jury off because he was thinking about the congregation. But they said no shots were fired, you know, and they just took the money, left, and they got into, I think, a white Mercedes and escaped. You know, and this investigation is still ongoing. But I'm a little worried because, like, if my pastor was up on the pulpit, everyone has a backstory and they can, you know, change. But when you think about his back history, when you think about how he's presenting himself, I mean, he's known in New York to be the flashy pastor. Of course they know.
Let's get into that. Because I did my research on the dude too today, right? And, you know, of course, my research meant I went and found his Instagram page and I scrolled his Instagram page.
They said to scroll it too, yeah.
Now, this is not no regular bishop. He's a bishop. This is not no regular bishop. Let's get this clear. This bishop is also into politics. You know.
Yeah.
And
that's what it was.
He's also into politics. He actually has run for office, and I think he actually plans to run for office again.
But that's where the fraud come in at, Jason. That's what he said. The lady said that he took the $90,000 and put it into his political campaign.
That might be
supposed to be helping her to buy a home or something.
But have you seen the people who endorse him? Have you seen the people who back him?
No.
We not
One of
talking
them
about just
one of them was like the police chief or something like that that backs him, like took
this
him under
man
his
got
wing when
money
he came
behind
out of
him.
jail
This
and all
man
this
be with the
stuff.
celebrities. This man had people like Fabulous. I saw Fabio Foreign. I saw I think Manio. It's a lot of
And
famous
that's all
people
but
who
it does
back him.
not mean he ain't fake and a fraud.
It don't mean that. But look, let me tell you though. Just like we know, every saint was a sinner, you know, and vice versa, you know. And so when it comes to that, I don't think you can really condemn him because he has necessarily a bad background. Now, if he has a following and he is teaching the word and what it is now, and he has the kind of people behind him that has the kind of money to pay the kind of tithes and to put into him to allow him to afford all this Gucci, Prada, Balenciaga, and all that shit there, then I don't see a problem with him having it. Now, if he was in a neighborhood, if he was just in a regular neighborhood, taking money from people who making these less than $50,000 a year trying to take care of their household, and he flashing on them like that, then I would have a problem with it.
Jason,
but no,
this man
is
is
not
not
hang
like
with celebrities.
he hang with celebrities, but his congregation is not celebrity.
He hang with but his congregation is in the
they are everyday people.
It's a one room. So basically,
from what
you
I
said,
saw from going down his page, the people who support him ain't struggling.
Right. So and that's my point. So if you got all the support, right, and your church, and you look, because he's known as the flashy, he's known
he's known as that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they don't want to.
His church is awful. It's one room. It's very run down. So it's
now,
like
from what I saw in the video, from the place where he got robbed at, it did look like a bad place.
That's his church. That's his church.
But I figure since it's been a pandemic and you ain't really had members of people inside your church, maybe he does an online church or something. Maybe he got an online church.
But like you said, if he's getting all this money, he had.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean crypto doctor. I'm in a mega church. I'm going to say mega church.
Right. He had a whole lot to put money into his church. He had a lot. So why do you got these people coming to this one room church if you got all this money and you pulling
it's COVID. I want to put this picture on how many people coming in there. Monkeypox out here.
You wearing $1 million worth of jewelry.
So it's the people who we hang with.
Building.
Look, let me tell you something. Every job I get, well, not every job I have had, but a lot of jobs I had, they've always had uniforms, right? Where everybody supposed to come there looking the same. My name is Jason, baby. I can't come there looking like everybody else. I'm always gonna swag mine out a little bit. You know, my stuff is gonna look a little bit different from everybody else's. And I feel like if this man can afford these luxuries and have them, why not stand up there on the pulpit, as my homie would say, and give the word. So what? I got
because you're supposed to be teaching. You're supposed to be teaching not to worship materialistic things, not to worship false.
But he said it's a whole lot of money.
But and I'm not saying if you work hard for it, you shouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? But if everybody had, if everyone you're teaching like live life, be happy with the things God has given you, and you coming up here with diamond rings and gold necklaces and pimping out and driving up to this one room building in a $400,000 Rolls Royce, and we got to all get in this hot sweaty box while you wearing your gold chains and
but it's pastors that teach different things. I've been to a church where they talked about money and wealth and stuff like that. Like that was the main focus of that church. I've also been to some churches where they have different focuses and stuff. It'd be dependent upon that congregation on what they actually talk about, and what they practice.
Hansel and Gretel. Y'all remember Hansel and Gretel that we had to read in school?
Mm-hmm.
Follow the breadcrumbs. His breadcrumbs all lead back to fraud. So all this foolishness that y'all got, follow the breadcrumbs.
Listen, fraud up until last year. I mean, it's still ongoing.
Allegedly, let me just say allegedly. But allegedly, it just seemed like fraud to me, bro.
How much time? How long was he locked up? How long was he locked up?
5 years. 5 years.
You know everybody found religion in jail.
Right. But I can also.
But they also don't come out driving 400,000 Rolls Royces.
Right.
Everybody ain't got to get the gab like he do.
Like you said, Call Me Exclusive said all roads lead back to fraud, and that's what he talked.
That's right. Call Me Exclusive. Hey, this is what I'm gonna say though. This is what I'm gonna say. That suit, that Gucci Balenciaga combo nation suit that he had on, they said that ain't real. That's all.
Hey, that's what they said. They said that was fraud too.
Baby.
That suit was fraud too, baby.
All I can say is fake it till you make it, baby.
That was nice. Don't get me wrong. It looked nice, but they said they don't know about no Gucci Balenciaga collab. So I don't know.
I went down this man IG page. This man is living. This man is living. He is not playing with y'all. He is not playing at all.
I'm just saying, I just think if you're going to be a pastor, I mean, there's nothing wrong with dressing nicely and being presentable.
Like he is doing skits.
100 million worth of jewelry on the pulpit is a bit much to me. What is that?
Oh, we finna do a box opening.
Oh, we got time for a Beyoncé box opening?
I got my boxes.
Are you going to open one or no? We run out of time.
Do y'all want to open the box with me?
Go ahead and open a box.
Let's open the box. Let's open the box. Let's see.
So explain these boxes, because I don't know what these Beyoncé boxes is. What is
Well, first let me say, I am a little bit disappointed because I expected when I got my boxes for Beyonce to be sitting on top of them. And it's just a black box. So I am a little bit disappointed. But I take it. Now, what it is when they first announced her album was coming out, they released some Renaissance box sets. And they released 4 of them. They released 4 different, I guess because of everybody's seen the different poses. And then there's also been talking about these 4 acts of this album or whatever. Like, that's why this first album is like Act 1, or whatever. But so we'll see what's left to come. But yes, we have Renaissance box set 4. We have Renaissance box set pose 3. We have Renaissance box set pose 2. And we have pose 1.
But what
poses? What's with the poses?
Right,
I don't know. It's just a black box. I have no idea. It's just a black box.
Is that for just Act 1? Or is it like all 4 acts in that one package? What's going on? I don't understand.
No, I think each act has its own box. I don't know. But these are the 4 gift sets that they set up. And I bought all 4.
And so you don't know what's in there. How much was this? How much was these?
I don't remember. They weren't expensive. They was like Beyonce gift box sets prices.
And what's that price?
$100 or so,
So you spent $400
on
on something.
So let's open the box before we run out of time.
Just let them open the clip, please. Just
please
let them
open these boxes so we can see what you wasted money on, please.
I repeat.
So it did come
Jason
all the way to
is a beehiver. If you don't know it, he is a beehiver to his heart and soul, and we, just stick behind him.
Y'all don't know how hard it was for me not to open this box yesterday. I was so ready to open this box yesterday, but we waited till today, so we're gonna open it now. Let's see what's in the B box. What's in the B box? I'm already loving the box itself.
Oh, is she on a horse? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Here's my T-shirt. And then on the back of the T-shirt it says Renaissance. Oh. Okay. And then we have Act 1, the CD.
Oh, so the CD. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It looks like it is a booklet or something too. But of course, I don't want to open it because I feel like it's a collector's item. But we did get the CD, little booklet. Like you never get these anymore. People don't buy CDs. You just digitally buy the albums.
Mm-hmm. So you're not going to open it. You're just going to hold on to it for the rest of your life.
Yes. Is that it, Beyonce?
That's the whole box?
I guess so.
Well, you got 4 others?
But it's a beautiful box, though.
Wait, I need to know how much you pay for that box.
Be quiet. Let him open up these other boxes. I want to see what's in these other boxes. Because it sounds like it's going to be really
I don't think we have enough time today. But we're going
No, we want to know what's in these other boxes, man.
I want to see.
I want to know if you got another T-shirt.
T-shirt and another doggone, because it's going to be that
You
same
will break
CD.
my soul. You won't break my soul.
It looked like your heart was a little broken when you opened that box.
I guess you can give me one of them CDs since you got 4 of them.
Okay.
No. Because
Hey, you gonna be cozy up in your t-shirt, baby.
cozy. Cozy. Comfortable in my skin. Cozy with
Woo! I
No,
sure hope them other boxes have, give you the enjoyment that you were looking for, though.
I don't think it made it, Beyonce could have been sitting on top of it.
She
It does say
was
Renaissance. Oh, it does say at one Renaissance right there. Now I'm looking at the light.
Oh,
Okay.
But yes. So,
but I don't understand why you got 4. So each box is the act.
You know, she did 4 different poses.
So each box got a different pose, I think.
I think that's what it is.
Go to
you
pose
bought
2.
4 boxes of 4 different poses, but the same thing gonna be in each box.
Well, no, I guess the T-shirt will have a different pose on it, right?
Yeah.
But what's in the other box beside a t-shirt?
It's gonna be the CD. So he got 4 CDs, but he got 4 different T-shirts, probably.
Oh, okay. 4 t-shirts.
I'm thinking. That's why I want to open box.
Yeah, that's pretty much
box
what it is.
2, so we can see
Come
the
on,
next
give us
pose.
one more box, Jason. Give us one more box.
Come on. Let's open one more box.
The council members want to know. The council members want to know.
Okay, stay. Yeah, okay. Let's do pose 2. Let's do pose 2. Do we got enough time?
Yep, we ain't cut off yet.
Call me exclusive. Want to say was it bought as a
wait a minute,
set?
y'all still gotta give out shout outs to businesses and stuff, and
we can do it. We can do that if you stop talking and go on and open that box.
Don't open that damn box. Cliff can
Cozy.
do it while you talking.
Cozy.
What you got? Did you go open this box? I think he a little
cozy.
I think he a little come on.
Don't be ashamed to open your box. Go and open your box.
I ain't saying open my box. I never see my box. I'm proud of my boxes.
Go on and open the box. Let me get my shout out.
Yeah, Cliff going to get his shout out. Call Me Exclusive wants to know, was it bought as a set or sold separately?
They were all sold separately. Like, what was in the box came as a set. It just said box set. But I bought 4 different box sets.
Okay. Well, go ahead and open that up. Let's see. We'll let you keep the other 2 for your, for your personal enjoyment opening.
I'm not gonna open the other 2 because they're gonna be my collectibles.
So while he's opening that, I'm so mad, y'all, because I put the actual other businesses actually on the notes, and I can't get to it because we're on live. But I do have 2 wrote down, so I'll give those 2 out. So anybody looking for some good shea butter skin moisturize, go ahead and go over to Shea by Chanel. And this is Shea Butter All Natural Blends. And you can reach her at Tamara Cherry _ on IG. That's TAMERACHERRY _ on IG. Get all the shea butter that you need.
Is that the other pose?
That's pose 2. I like pose 2 better than I like pose 1.
Yeah, this pose 2. Cause she's comfortable.
I'm sorry.
I like pose 2.
Yeah, I like pose 2.
I need to know how much each box was. That the only thing in the box?
In the CD.
In the CD again. Oh, okay, so you got.
And it says the CD says it includes 28-page photo booklet and a collectible poster.
Oh.
Yeah. We should open one, huh? Let's open one. Keep going, Cliff.
All right, and the second business I'm gonna shout out tonight is if you want your house to smell lovely, or your apartment, or your house, wherever you at, you want it to smell nice, beautiful, and fragrant, go over to Scented Candles. Excuse me. And you want to. So these are scented candles and wax melts. Harper Handcrafted. You can reach her on www.harperhandcrafted www.harper.handcrafted.com. That's www.harperhandcrafted.com. Or you can get on IG at harper.handcrafted. That's HARPER period HANDCRAFTED for all your fragrant candles and wax melts. I got the wax melts, and I got to say they are amazing. Like, I'm not a person that like fruity smells, but hers, they smell so amazing. Like the tropical bliss, woo, and the citrus is amazing.
And we'll try to put these links on the our YouTube page. You can follow us on YouTube as well, guys. These talks will be posted there. All these meetings will be posted there at the Kouncil on YouTube as well. And we'll post the links and everything on there as well. As you see, Jason has been flashing us the lovely photos of Miss Carter.
Look, I'm trying to see him too.
You know what that look like?
What it look like?
Little yearbook that my job gives you every time you reach one of your milestones.
Your job could never. Your job could never.
Hold on,
thank you for 5 years of service.
Look, let me my yearbook, and I'm gonna flash my yearbook and show y'all the resemblance. Hold on.
Your job could never.
Y'all, how much time we got?
We gotta wrap it up, y'all. This is
we gotta wrap it up.
We done hit 1 hour.
Okay, y'all. Oh,
before they cut us out.
And it's more photos. And the CD is in here too. Now the question is this the CD before the edits or after?
Before. It's got to be before.
It's definitely got to be before.
They couldn't edit the CD.
Before too.
They couldn't edit the CDs.
So she not on that horse, right?
No, she wasn't on that one.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you everybody that joined. For all our people who've been rocking with us, to all the new people that we've seen on tonight, thank you guys. Again, we come at you guys raw and live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. So we're going to go on and take this on out. See y'all guys next Tuesday with more topics to discuss. Please join us.
Send your requests.
Watch this.